Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper and today I'm going to be doing some time lapses in Stonehearth. I wanted to get a little bit more practice with the sort of Asian-esque architecture that we're trying to sort of stick to with our new Stonehearth Welcome to Tree Blossom series that uploaded recently. Taking over the Stronghold series, it was quite interesting. I've been trying my hardest to make a good intro for this video, but I keep screwing up, so I feel like I'm just going to stick to this one, because I don't really know what the format for these time lapses should be, or what the format should really be, what I said anyway, but there we go. I thought I said it wrong, maybe I did, I'm not really too sure. I've always said that I should start doing a little bit more when it comes to time-lapsing, and I think the best thing I can really do is just show off my practice sessions when it comes to constructing buildings for any game, really. It's not going to be strictly Stonehearth, but any sort of practice or any buildings that I feel like doing, or maybe people want me to build, recommendations, that kind of stuff. It'd probably even be Stonehearth Prison Architect, to be honest with you. Probably making like a Supermax area or something like that. I don't really know. But I feel like I do need to have a little bit more when it comes to my time-lapse based content on the channel, because it's very good and I feel like a lot of people do appreciate it. But that is, of course, if people do even appreciate it. That's sort of what I'm looking out for. If people do enjoy the time-lapse content, I always say time-lapsed. Yeah, time-lapse content, then, you know, I'll probably do a lot more of it, really. Although at the moment, I probably will aim for about at least one video a week. I don't really know. It's sort of a new thing. I'm seeing how well I can really get it done, especially with other games as well. I mean, Stonehearth is an interesting one because there is a few bugs here and there. I got pretty lucky, actually. I've made 2 structures already. This is the first video. I'm going to pretty much get on top of the other one right after this. And we are making a pagoda. We're probably going to end up making a pagoda for the Tree Blossom series. To be honest with you, it's probably going to look exactly the same as this one. With the Tree Blossom series, I did say I was going to go for sort of the Asian-esque architecture, that kind of thing. I feel like it's not right to just say the Asian-esque architecture, because there's so many different forms of architecture over there. You can't really strictly point it down to just one particular design. But we are sort of, for what I'm seeing anyway, going for a strictly Chinese-based architecture. Traditionally with the sort of mix of stone and wood being the colors of red and blue at the same time. I feel like it sticks, and I quite like the art style. It's extremely unique to pretty much anything else that you would find on the planet. So I feel like sticking with that. I am going to try some Japanese stuff as well, but that's strictly, it looks a little bit different. I mean, the roofs are, I wouldn't say exactly the same. They're similar, but there's slight differences here and there that hopefully I can actually mimic. That would be great. I'm just adding in a few details here and there. I like to add details, a few sort of bits here and there that you wouldn't traditionally find. You know, it's always nice to add your own little bit to the structure, but for the most part, this is just from images that I've seen on the internet and a few little bits of research here and there. You know, it helps a lot, especially when you're sort of stuck, don't know where to really start. It's a good starting point for any builder, I would say, when it comes to constructing new things. You see the roofs right there. I was having a little bit of trouble getting the floor put in, because I want to use windows and doors for this structure, but for some reason the second floor wasn't working correctly, or at least the second floor selection tool, I suppose, wasn't working properly. Finally, I found out how to do it though. You need to be one layer up, and then I just sort of surround it with the roof. That ended up working out fairly well, and I do like that. And like I said, it was to use the new windows they have. They're now vertical and horizontal windows, which look fantastic, and thankfully will work in, from the looks of it, any building that you make. Because if you're off by one number, it's fine. They have the windows to compensate for for my lack of, my inability to count correctly. I wouldn't say it's even that, just not really paying too much attention, to be honest with you. We are working on the second floor now. I think I go for 4 floors. I'm not really too sure. At least there's going to be 4 roofs anyway. And it's sort of a simple design, to be honest with you. A pagoda is quite easy to do, really, because you just got to get the first layer done right and then mimic that, but make it smaller as you go up. Only the roofs, though. I think I do the building itself, or at least the base structure in the center, should really stay roughly the same. It might go in every now and then, but probably every 2 blocks, but it should be about the same. The roofs, though, is what makes it look like it's getting smaller the higher it's getting up, but really, it's not. It's about the same size. But yeah, that's a little thing there. There's probably going to be a bunch of random points where I don't really talk in these. I'm not skipping at all as well. This is all basically in one shot. I find it very tedious to just talk, then stop, edit around that, and then, well, talk some more. If I screw up, then cut that out, make it more professional. I don't know how I don't know what sort of format I really want to use when it comes to these time lapses. Many time lapses that I have done in the past have just been music mixed with just the time lapse itself, and me maybe talking in the intro just to tell you what the video is all about. Really, we're already 5 minutes in, so I'm surprised I've actually lasted this long. It's really just talking and explaining what's going on, really. My thought processes. I feel like people will probably appreciate a little bit more feedback, especially from myself. Maybe I can read off a few comments here and there as well from what people have suggested. I feel like it's more engaging, maybe, I suppose, than just sort of having music in the background. Some people probably would prefer it if I didn't talk, and if that's the case, then they can easily just mute the video and maybe put some music on in the background. Sorry to cause the hassle, by the way, but maybe some people do prefer just to have me talk, and maybe it'll help them construct things as well. I mean, I'm not really describing too much about my thought processes right now. It's mostly about how the format is really going to work. I have a lot of trouble figuring out formats because I don't really know what everyone strictly is going to enjoy. You can't please everyone, I understand that. That's been told to me time and time again. I wish I could, but I can't. And not in that way, lol. Yeah, I don't say lol like I'm just gonna say that. Just gonna say, I don't randomly in the middle of the street conversation lol just say that to mean that, oh lol, that was funny, lol, that kind of thing. No, it's just, if anything, it's some weird humor that is used strictly on the internet. There we go. Once again with my weird crenellation kind of design, only it's sort of looking like it's keeping the roof up. Really, the roofs were they were kept up in sort of a very interesting way, and I wanted to try and mimic that, and I couldn't really do it with Stonehearth, but yeah, Stonehearth. I thought I said Timbered Stone there for some reason, with Stonehearth, because it's really difficult. Like, you can't look straight up. If they can change that, that'd be fantastic, because I would like to place blocks directly underneath blocks, but you can't do it. So it made, as you can see right now, you see blocks all over the place, because it takes a little while to get all the blocks in the right places, especially when you have to work from underneath and on several layers. It's a bit of a pain. I do feel like I got the roofs done pretty well, though, especially when you see it at the end. You zoom out a little bit, and you can definitely see that curve. Close up, it might look a little bit strange, but I think that's just the nature of a block-based game, really. It's not going to be perfect, but it's all about what it looks like from a distance, sort of mid to long distance. Close up, I still think it looks pretty good, but that's sort of open to interpretation. That's the thing about these videos, or at least building in general. It's all open to interpretation. The top roof is actually slightly different as well. There's like a little block that sort of chisels off. It chisels off. It sort of marks off the sort of corner blocks that we have. I think this is the top floor anyway. Yeah, it's reminding me of, well, it is. I'm feeling like it is. I feel like maybe the top floors, I can't remember what it's called now. There's a little slant. I think there was a name for them. The problem with me doing research and stuff like that is I just forget every single name. There's so many of them. I don't know how to pronunciate half of them. So I don't really want to try, to be honest with you, because it'd just be embarrassing, really. For the people watching that do know how to pronunciate it, really, to be honest with you, they'll be like, oh god, Innkeeper, why? What's wrong with you? That kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not sure if maybe the video after this, I just make it quiet. Maybe I just make it a silent video, see what people really think. I probably won't end up doing that. I like the idea of just talking about it. We have the little sort of point at the top right here, just to make it look a little bit more like a pagoda. I mean, they've always got the little point at the top. Sometimes they don't, sometimes it's just a normal roof, but usually it's got the point at the top. It would have some sort of religious symbol as well. I don't really have a symbol. I mean, I've got like some weird shape going on at the top. It's not going to be just a point. You will see it at the end of the video though. And it's the same design pretty much through and through, just doing the same thing. A lot of building is repetition. There's the horizontal windows right there. Here we go. Here's the point at the top right here. A little bit of symbols going on. I sort of do a few versions. Eventually, I think I have one with a hole going through it. There we go. I should be slowing the video down now, though, so you can get a nice little view. The video was going at about 7 times normal speed, and it did take me about an hour to make this. So I do apologize if maybe it was a little bit too fast. And I do apologize if maybe my talking was a little bit annoying. And you just, I'm not really too sure. But I wanted to show off some practice work. And I felt like a good use of time was to just make a video out of it at the same time. I thought that would be pretty nice. You could see the little sort of pylons or pillars on the roofs right there. They do go in by 1 block every time. And that also helps to have that little sort of effect of having it look like it's going in further, but really it's all the same shape. It's quite nice though. I quite like it. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a pagoda. Hopefully you enjoyed this little time lapse, and do let me know what you feel like the format should really be. I don't really mind just talking about anything, to be honest with you. Maybe this can be a little bit of just talking about world events at the same time. Maybe a bit of Q&A. I'm not really too sure. I don't really feel like doing too much Q&A, that kind of thing. Maybe one event at some point. I feel like I want to save that for an event. I feel like it's a little bit more appropriate for something like that. The time-lapse videos, though, I feel like when it comes to the talking aspect, it's a little bit of me talking and then just sort of rambling on at the same time. I quite like the idea of that. I might want to be a little bit more smoother as well with my talking. Maybe some people would prefer it if I were a little slower at the same time. Maybe it would just be easier to listen to, I suppose, than sort of the high-octane speeds that I usually talk at. It's usually very quick, and not everyone's into that. Sometimes they want it to be just nice and smooth, like right now, really. Well, slightly like right now. I could probably talk a little bit slow, a little bit more monotone. I don't really know. Whatever is preferred. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed yourselves. It won't always be a like, share, and subscribe thing at the end. Maybe. I don't know. It depends how often these videos really come out. I think people probably hear the like, share, subscribe thing way too much anyway. So that's why I'm saying like, favorite, subscribe instead of like. Actually, it's like, share, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure. But there we go. The video's got nothing in it now. It's probably just going to be a repeat of what you've been seeing for like the last 12 minutes. But that's fine. That's just me rambling on. Feel free. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. I just make a simple house in the next one. So it's not really too overwhelming. I don't think it will be as interesting, maybe, but it is sort of a more Japanese-based design. Hopefully you will enjoy it. Feel free to move on to that video. It probably will be coming out next week. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it sort of week by week. I'm not sure what day exactly yet, but I feel like I like the idea of having an exact day, sticking to a schedule, that kind of thing, because it's easier for everyone else to work around, even though, to be honest with you, the videos are going to be about 10 minutes long each, so it's not too crazy. But if you enjoyed this, then feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel and Twitch for live streams. You'll be fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye-bye.